Yo, what's up, y'all? This philosophical from the rap review room, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? We're gonna try something different today, right? Um, I saw this around, right? And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this, and we're gonna be discussing, going back either current tracks or kind of classic tracks or tracks in general where you guys have some ideas on. I'm gonna be doing tracks with the main artist has a feature, right? And it's going to be a little subjective because I want to kind of be fair to, you have a lot of tracks that have the main artist has two verses, um, and the feature artist had, one verse, right? And that's going to be kind of like pretty much, a subjective thing as far as like, that's going to be analyzed and things like that. Who had the better verse? So today I'm going to be discussing who had the better verse between Jay-Z and Eminem's Renegade. Comes from an album, Blueprint. It's one of my favorite albums of all times. Right, go back and check out my analysis on Jay Z, Nas, and Lil Wayne kind of album right there. Blueprint is kind of one of my favorite albums. Of course, up there, Illmatic and et cetera, et cetera. Definitely check that out. You've heard my thoughts on Eminem. Uh, Spoiler alert: I think this is prime Eminem on this, right? And let's see what some things here. It's both Jay Z and Eminem had two verses. Who killed this verse, right? Whose verse was better? Let's get it. Let's break this down. Cut to the intro. What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Again, I'm philosophical from the rap review room, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? Continue to like and subscribe to the page. I really appreciate everybody that has done that. All right. If you're an artist and you want your music reviewed here, don't hesitate to reach out to me, whether it may be a track, an interview, or an album review. Still catching up on a lot of content due to the holidays and some other things going on, y'all. Really appreciate all the love. We got a Nas album coming out this week with DJ Premier. I have spoiler alert. Define My Name was the very first track I reviewed on this channel, so I'm very excited about this album coming out Friday. Um, I know we're probably going to do a listen through with Soul on this. He's been excited about this. I'm excited about this. It's going to be very interesting how this plays out. But if you are an artist and you would like your music heard, reviewed here, definitely don't hesitate to reach out and also be a part of the album listen through. So, like I said, whose verse was better? We're definitely going to break this down now. This has been a large debate for decades, a long time. I won't say decades, maybe a long time. So let's get it. Let's break this down. Jay-Z, Eminem, Renegade off the. I want to also add that this is probably one of my favorite uh, beats on here. Also, I know for sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Eminem did produce this beat too, which is one of my favorite Eminem beats. Also, let me just double check here. I want to make sure I give you guys, yeah, yeah. It was produced by Eminem, and I know you guys are gonna say because the original was with M and Royce. That also been on the Marshall Mathers LP. That didn't happen for reasons I think. Um, you know, had already we don't. It's been very unclear why it was not on the Marshall Mathers LP. Eminem produced it. Its original was with Royce the 5'9", and I know Eminem already recorded his verse, so we're gonna definitely did Jay Z have a little bit of a leg up on this? We'll see. Classic song, of course. But let's get it. Let's get it.
Mother say that I'm foolish. I only talk about Jews. Do you fools listen to music or do you just skim through it? See, I'm influenced by the ghetto you ruined. The same dude you gave nothing, I made something doing.
I want to say that I know that this song is basically Jay-Z kind of kind of telling his critics that, because a lot of people and critics kind of went after Jay-Z that he had, kind of really gone commercial, forgotten where he came from, his roots. And this was kind of that song Renegade, you know what I mean? So let's get it. Let's get it. But I will say, Jay-Z breaking down who did the verse better as far as like, you know, clarity, as far as like conciseness, as far as like smoothness on the beat, as far as like just rhyming. Jay Z did his thing on this. Let's get it. Let's get it, man.
What I do through and I give you the news with a twist is just his ghetto point of view. The renegade, you've been afraid to penetrate pop culture, bring them a lot closer to the block where they pop toasters and they live with their moms, got drop roasters from botch robberies, crotched over. Mommy's knocked up cause she wasn't watched over, knocked down by some clown when child support knocked. No, he's not.
I want to say that I feel like this verse is kind of like story mode, Jay. And I know this Blueprint album was like it's a classic album where he's kind of a lot of the songs were kind of he had the beef with Nas, Jay-Z kind of still going between I think Jay-Z kind of went back to his roots on this album. I said this on my review. I think he went back on his roots, the storytelling, the beef with Nas, a little bit of that commercial rap. He was really focused on this album, and I think this song specifically is really Jay-Z telling his story. It kind of has that uh reasonable doubt type of story to it, kind of bringing that back, and I feel like it's real dope. You can hear kind of the frustration and kind of his storytelling, his voice really passionate about this verse. So let's get it. Let's keep going.
Around. Now how that sound till you jot it down. I bring you through the ghetto without riding round, hiding down, ducking strays from frustrated youth stuck in their ways. Just read a magazine that f***ed up my day. How you rate music that thugs with nothing relate to it? I help them see they way through it, not you.
So like again, he's speaking about the critics here, right? Just read a magazine that messed up my day, right? How you rate music, and I think this is a little bit of, at that time, a shot at Vibe, Source, a lot of magazines. Probably MTV was in that also. He says how you rate music that thugs with nothing relating to it, right? So basically, what he's saying is that how can you talk about something you can't even relate to? How can you speak about the me as an artist in my lyrics and you can't relate to it? I think that's really dope, very important, right? Um, I help them see they way through it, not you. So basically, it's saying he's got more of a relation to that lifestyle, right? More of a relation to kind of like um, people that are in the streets, right? And that's really dope, really dope. I think I'm gonna keep this verse going.
Can't step in my pants, can't walk in my shoes. Bet everything you worth, you lose your tie and your shirt.
So, and then it goes right into the end verse, right? Um, I think Jay Z's verse on this is very like it's clear, right? He's going after his critics. He's basically telling them, you know, who are you to speak on my name, my verses? Go back and listen to my catalog and so many words, and I think it was dope. That first verse was really a great intro as far as like just the beginning. Right? I think it was a solid beginning verse. Let's get into Eminem's verse here and see what he does on this.
Walk in my shoes, bet everything you worth, you lose your tie and your shirt.
Since I'm in a position to talk to these kids and they listen, I ain't no politician, but I kick it with them a minute. Cause see, they call me a menace, and if the shoe fits, I wear it.
So the way Eminem kind of is rhyming this verse, I think that's the distinction of like, I think people kind of say M killed J possibility on this track, right? The way he's flowing, and you can say, hey, this is a pre-recorded verse. You can say that you can relate to M's verse a little bit better as far as like relation to him, and you can even say that the J story from the first verse to now M's story going into here is like, since I'm in a position to talk to these kids and they listen. So it's kind of a tangent there where it's like, I think when M first came out, he's categorized as, you know, that rapper. I'm not going to say the word because I don't want to, that rapper, right? And it was the way he was rapping, his stories of what he was saying. It was very like divided, very very divided, right? And he says that here, since I'm in a position to talk to these kids and they listen, why? Because Jay Z at well probably still during this time, still today, has the fans that I think it's again it comes back to that division. He's a certain audience Jay Z had is saying here weren't really listening to Eminem, or those pocket of people that were listening to Eminem were dope. He thought he was dope the way he was rhyming. Nobody else was doing this. It's so unique. He's a dope rapper for who he is, right? So he says, since I'm in the position to talk to these kids and they listen, I ain't no politician, but I kick it with them a minute. Dope verse, dope bar, starting verse again. So let's get it. Let's keep going.
Politician, but I kick it with him a minute. Cause see, they call me a menace. And if the shoe fits, I wear it. But if it don't, then y'all will swallow the truth, grin and bear it. Now who's king of these rude, ludicrous, lucrative lyrics? Who?
Exactly. Exactly. Right there. Right. Cause see, they call me a menace, and if the shoe fits, I wear it. But if they don't, you'll swallow the truth, grin and bear it. Now, who's the king in these rude, ludicrous, and lucrative lyrics? Eminem. Eminem. And that's where I said there were a certain pocket of people that Jay-Z and an audience like Jay-Z had. They knew who Eminem was, he's dope, but are they really paying attention to him? No. Now, today it's a completely different story. I'm not going to get into that. You guys have my thoughts on that, right? My thoughts on Eminem today versus during this time, right? Eminem is, Eminem deserves to be it because of what he's done, his discography, his history. The Eminem Show, I think, is one of my favorite albums of his. I think it's a really dope album. I don't think it's talked about enough. I think people prefer Marshall Mathers due to the tracks, due to the songs he was coming out with, and how impactful and big of the songs that were out. I love Marshall Mathers LP. Eminem Show. I'm sorry, Eminem Show. It's one of my. I think it's my favorite album of his. Right. But again, the rude, ludicrous, lucrative lyrics. Right. Who's the king? You can even say the lucrative lyrics is Jay Z's lane. It is. You can even the rude, ludicrous lyrics. That's M's lane at the time. That's M's lane. So let's keep going here.
Bear it. Now who's the king of these rude, ludicrous, lucrative lyrics? Who could inherit the title? Put the youth in hysterics, using his music to steer it, sharing his views and his merits. But there's a huge interference. They're saying you shouldn't hear it. Maybe it's hatred I spew. Maybe it's food for the spirit. Maybe it's beautiful music I made for you to just cherish.
Exactly. Exactly. What I just said, he speaks on it, right? Who can who could inherit the title, put the youth in hysterics, right? Using his music to steer it, sharing his views and his merits, right? But there's a huge interference. They say you shouldn't hear it. What I just said, that's exactly what at that time, and probably still today, people kind of view Eminem. You shouldn't be listening to his lyrics. So that caused some division, right? But he was so dope. His storyteller was so bold that it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Maybe it's hatred I spew. Maybe it's food for the spirit. Maybe it's beautiful music. I made it for you to cherish. So he's basically saying, even though people are saying, and again, he's speaking on critics just like Jay-Z was. He's speaking on critics just like Jay-Z was, right? Maybe it's hatred I spew. Maybe it's food for the spirit. Maybe it's beautiful music I made for you just to cherish, right? And this next line here is going to be a very important line, right?
Maybe it's food for the spirit. Maybe it's beautiful music I made for you to just cherish. But I'm debated, disputed, hated, and viewed in America as a drug addict. Like you didn't experiment. Nah. That's when you start to.
As I just said, but I'm debated, disputed, hated, and viewed in America as a drug addict, like you didn't experiment. So again, and even after Eminem's album, Rehab and all that, he is verbatimly spoke about his issues with drugs, right? I think that was a very dope line and clear line of what I'm sitting here talking about, right? Um, and like you didn't experiment. So how are you gonna speak on me, the critics, and you've experienced it? People are going through it. You're going through it, right? Dope, really dope.
Stare at who's in the mirror and see yourself as a kid again. And you get embarrassed, then I got nothing to do but make you look stupid as parents. You do good, it's too bad you couldn't do good at marriage. And do you have any clue what I had to do to get here? I don't think you do, so stay tuned and keep your ears glued to the stereo, cause here we go. He's chicken, and I'm the sinister Mr. Kiss my
Again, right? And he kind of speaks again. Now that's when you start to stare who's in the mirror and you see yourself as a kid again and you get embarrassed. So he's basically saying the critics, you were just like me, right? I'm doing the same things, right? And you're speaking about me, right? You do gooders. Too bad you couldn't do good at marriage, right? And I got nothing to do but make you look stupid as parents. And then that's a nice line. You do gooders. You do gooders. Too bad you couldn't do good at marriage. And do you have any clue what I had to do to get here? Really dope. Really dope. As far as the first two bars here, I think there's a difference of I think the Eminem round one gets this as far as like the first two verses right here, right? I think Jay-Z was very like and Jay-Z had an advantage because this verse was pre-recorded. So I know Jay-Z had an advantage, and I know Jay-Z probably heard this verse like, man. So I think Jay-Z's still telling the story, he's being him, and I definitely can definitely sympathize. Like you hear a verse like that, man, it's really hard to kind of and top tier, MC like M, right? But first round, I think these first two verses go to M on this. Let's keep going.
Mr. Renegade. Never been afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time of day, cause I'm a renegade. Never been afraid to talk about anything. Renegade.
Never been afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time of day, cause I'm a renegade.
I can just imagine Eminem Royce on this. I think may have been a leaked version of Royce and Eminem's track. I think I have to go back and look into it and see. But yeah, what a hook, great hook, and it just says everything about this track and how they felt about their critics. Really dope.
Been afraid to holler about anything. I had to hustle, my back to the wall, ashy knuckles, pockets filled with a lot of lint, not a cent, got a vent, lot of innocent lives lost on the project bench. What you hollering? Gotta pay rent, bring dollars in.
I think Jay-Z's second verse on here really, I think he kind of describes it in a way. I'm like, okay, Jay, okay. I had to hustle, my back to the wall, ashy knuckles, pockets filled with a lot of lint, not a cent. Got a vent, a lot of innocent lives lost on the project bench. Dope. Really dope there, man.
Lives lost on the project bench. What you hollering? Gotta pay rent, bring dollars in. By the bodega, iron under my coat, feeling braver. Do-rag, wrapping my waves up, pockets full of hope. Do not step in me, I'm awkward. I box lefty, you're often. My pops left me an orphan. My mama wasn't home.
Bars, right? He said, by the bodega, iron under my coat, right? Feeling braver. Do-rag, rack on my waves up, pockets full of hope. Do not step to me, I'm awkward. I box lefty. Bars. This is one of my favorite lines of this track, right? An orphan, my pops left me, and off of my mama wasn't home. Ah, man. And even the next couple lines here describes that even more, man. Really dope. I think Jay-Z's second verse is better than his first. Is it better than M's first verse? We'll see. I'll give my analysis at the end. But let's keep going.
Not stressed to me, I wasn't grown. Especially on nights I bought something home to quiet the stomach rumblings. My demeanor, 30 years. My senior, my childhood didn't mean only raising green up. Raising my fingers to critics, raising my head to the sky big. I did it multi before I died. No lie, just know I chose my own fate. I drove by the fork in the road and went.
I think Jay-Z really killed the second verse, right? Specifically on nights I bought something home to quiet the stomach rumblings. My demeanor 30 years, my senior, right? My childhood didn't mean much, only raising green up. So at the time, we was hustling, thinking about money, raising my fingers at critics, raising my head to the sky. Big, I did it multi before I die. As Jay Z and Biggie. You know, a lot of debates. Would Jay Z be who he is if Biggie was still here? All those debates. Jay's. It is what it is right now, right? And then he says, "No lie, just know I chose my own fate. I drove by the fork in the road and went straight." Dope, 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 dope. Let's get to M's. Let's see what the M does on the second verse.
See, I'm a poet, to some a regular modern day Shakespeare. Jesus Christ, the king of these latter day saints here to shatter the picture in which of that as they paint me as a monger of hate, Satan, a scatterbrained atheist. But that ain't the case. See, it's a matter.
You see how again. So see, I'm a poet to some a regular modern day Shakespeare, right? And then he kind of goes into Jesus Christ, the King of these latter day saints here, right? Basically saying he's a king, right? I don't know how I feel about that line. I get it. We're not going to debate that, right? To shatter the picture in which of that as they paint me as the monger of hate, Satanists, scatterbrain atheists. They're trying to paint him as that. And basically what he's saying, but that ain't the case. See, that it's just a matter of taste. Exactly. Exactly. Pointing back to what I said on his second verse, right? People can say whatever they want about you, but you as an artist, you as a person can, it's just a matter of taste to some people. Not everybody's going to feel you. Not everybody is going to like what you're saying. Not everybody's going to like your story. You can't please everybody. And I think sometimes to certain artists, we go above and beyond experimental. We try to confuse our audience and do things that isn't us. It's just a matter of taste. And it's always going to be that way. Not everybody is going to like Eminem. Not everybody likes Jay-Z. Not everybody's going to like Philosophical. Not everybody's going to like Rap Review Room. And that's okay. It's just a matter of taste. And I that was a great bar there. Let's keep going.
Taste, we as the people decide if Shady's as bad as they say he is, or is he the latter, a gateway to escape, media scapegoat. They can be mad at the day, see it's easy as cake, simple as whistling Dixie. While
I like that line, right? He said, "We as people decide if Shady's as bad as they say he is, or he's the latter, a gateway to escape." Right? Media scapegoat, who they can be mad at today. Wow. And the media and media still does it, right? Try to find someone to put the blame on a lot of things as an scapegoat. And I like that line. That's a really dope line right there.
I'm waiting the 60 Christians against me, go to war with the Mormons, take a bath with the Catholics in holy water. No wonder they try to hold me under longer. I'm a motherfucking spiteful, delightful, eyeful, the new Ice Cube. Motherfuckers hate to like you. What did I do? I'm just a kid from the gutter making his butter off these bloodsuckers. Cause I'm
Yeah. And this is just a passionate track between two different perspectives of Jay-Z and Eminem. I appreciate both of them, right? I feel like Jay-Z's second verse is better than his first. I just feel like M again is just continuing from his second verse. I mean, from his first verse. I'm sorry. His second verse is pretty much a continuation, and he killed it. He killed it, man.
a renegade. Never been afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time of day. Cause I'm a renegade. Never been afraid to talk about anything. Anything. Renegade.
Never been afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time of day. Cause I'm a renegade. Never been afraid to holler about anything.
Renegade. Never been afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time of day. Cause I'm a renegade. Never been afraid to talk about anything. Renegade.
Never been afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time of day. Cause I'm a renegade. Never been afraid to holler about anything.
All right, so that was Renegade, right, by Jay-Z and Eminem, right? My thoughts are this. I think Eminem had a better first verse than Jay-Z. I think Eminem, flow-wise, because of the way he flows, um, flowed better because of who Eminem is, right? Eminem and Jay-Z in two different spectrums, two different types of artists as far as flow-wise, right? Jay-Z's second verse, I think, outshined Jay-Z's first verse, right? And I feel like Eminem's second verse just pretty much continuation from his second verse. Now, relatability, I think M did do a little bit better than Jay Z on this one. Jay Z's second verse, I really love better than this verse. Eminem as a whole, I think, killed it. Jay Z's first verse was a great introduction as far as introducing his story, things like that. I think Eminem got him on the second, his first verse. Jay Z killed it, killed it, killed it. His second verse, and M pretty much gets his second verse is continuation of his first. And I think Eminem had a little bit of an advantage. It was pre-recorded. He had an advantage. Uh, but really dope song, really classic song. Who did better? It's up to you. Let me know down in the comments. I think M slightly did better on this, but I think Jay Z kept up, kept his own. It felt like uh, you can tell this was now hearing about it was an M song. Jay Z did his thing on it still. M really hashed out on his critics just as much as Jay Z did on that second verse. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Let me know. I know this has been a long standing debate. Who did better? Let me know if you guys want me to continue this series. Um, let me know some of the songs. I appreciate you guys. I know this video went a little long. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. If you're an artist and you want your music reviewed here or you would like to come up here on the album listen throughs, definitely don't hesitate to reach out. I appreciate all of y'all. Love y'all. I'm Philosophical from the Rap Review Room, y'all. I'm out, y'all. Peace.